I'm pleased to present an overview of our performance report outlining our progress and achievements against the key performance indicators as set out in our annual operational plan. Our AOP details the 2022-23 portfolio of work needed to support our strategic priorities and realise our 5-year strategic plan. The AOP is developed in consultation with our member base from March to May each year and is split into 3 strategic priorities and 2 operational priorities. Today, with the help of my executive management team, we'll cover those outputs, milestones and achievements working to strengthen the Australian plant biosecurity system. A strong and resilient plant biosecurity system is built on effective and efficient response and recovery, connected strategies and partnerships, and leveraged data and technology for improved decision-making and rapid response to biosecurity threats. Our 3 strategic priorities reflect this. Strategic Priority 1 focuses on the actions required to advance Australia's collective ability to respond and recover from plant pest incursions. Our General Manager for Emergency Response, Susanna Dreesen, will provide an overview of the key activities undertaken to support this priority area.
Under the plant biosecurity response arrangements, we've developed and endorsed new owner reimbursement costs evidence frameworks for the melon and sweet potato industries, provided a revised framework for the honeybee industry, which has been applied in the current Varroa response, and developed and delivered biosecurity incident standing operating procedure training to the Almond Board of Australia, also known as a BISOP. This documents how an organisation who is a party to the deed and who has been identified as a potentially affected party delivers on its roles and responsibilities during a response. A BISOP provides guidance to staff, documents corporate knowledge and organisational procedures relevant to incidents responded to under the deed. There are now 16 cropping sectors that have an ORC evidence framework in place, supporting a higher level of readiness to respond to a plant biosecurity incident. To strengthen response readiness, we've completed a full revision of the industry liaison training to ensure it's fit for purpose and meets industry needs and expectations. The revised training will be delivered in 2 parts. Part 1, which is a new e-learning course, is scheduled for release this December. This course will establish foundational theory for the industry liaison function and serve as a just-in-time refresher course. Part 2 will see the theory outlined in the e-learning course embedded through practical knowledge and application in a face-to-face workshop, the first of which will be delivered in collaboration with Biosecurity Queensland in early 2023. Development of a resource toolkit to support improved understanding of the national arrangements is now underway, with members from the Plant Industry Forum Committee consulted on proposed content. Within our e-learning portfolio and in collaboration with Biosecurity Queensland and New South Wales DPI, we've developed and released 2 new Hitchhiker Pests and Green Life Retailer Pests and Diseases e-learning training packages. Now, these courses support the adoption of best practice biosecurity measures in businesses that deal with goods and cargo at critical points along the supply chain, as well as those working in retail nurseries. In our biosecurity response operations portfolio, we've provided a significant level of support to government parties and 24 industry parties through negotiations on eradication responses for Varroa destructor, polyphagous shothole borer, and banana freckle. Along with 19 industry parties and all government parties, we've also been involved in resolving outcomes to 7 other potential emergency plant pests reported under the deed. In addition, we continue to provide support for the successful completion of the Capra beetle and exotic fruit fly response plans agreed in previous years. As of 1st November, only 4 out of the 38 industry signatories have not been involved in an existing or new incident under the deed. Between 1st July and 31st of October, we've collectively worked 833 hours on incursion management, with 538 of those hours equating to 71 days on the Varroa destructor response alone.
Strategic Priority 2 focuses on the activities required to build partnerships to enable us to innovate capture and share critical cross-functional information, resources and expertise to better coordinate strategies and improve responses. Our General Manager for Innovation and Partnerships, Mila Bristow, will provide an overview of the activities undertaken to support this priority.
Within the new partnerships portfolio, we've held 2 joint industry government surveillance forums on the topics of engagement and the value of big data. We've completed field campaigns in East Arnhem and the Tiwi Islands for the Safeguarding Indigenous-led Forestry in Northern Australia initiative. We've also shared the learnings from the Indigenous-led Forestry initiative at the National Environmental Biosecurity webinar, and the project team has shared forest health surveillance and diagnostic lessons with the Northern Australian Quarantine Strategy staff in Darwin. To inform an effective domestic market, Plant Health Australia contributes to the development and coordination of nationally consistent key plant biosecurity policies and procedures through national committees. Since July, PHA has attended and contributed to 6 national committees and 2 working groups.
To fulfil our reporting requirements, we produced and distributed the 2022 annual report to all members prior to our AGM. In the first week of November, a digital version of the 2022 annual report was published on the PHA website and promoted via our communications channels. Our National Manager for Marketing and Communications, Amanda Young, will provide an overview of our corporate communications activities and results.
In the past 6 months, our Marcoms team has produced and distributed 5 monthly editions of our corporate e-newsletter, Tendrils. We've increased our newsletter subscriptions by 9.5%, which is almost double our yearly target. We've also secured media coverage of PHA and captured 424 articles mentioning PHA, which is a 15% increase on our 2021 results. We also developed 26 articles, 5 media releases, and secured 4 media interviews. We created 802 social media posts across Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, which resulted in over 300,000 impressions across those platforms. Our social media continues to perform well, with good engagement rates and 122 new Twitter followers, 143 new Facebook followers, and 736 new LinkedIn followers.
Our National Manager for Preparedness and RD&E, Stuart Kearns, will cover activities in the biosecurity planning and program portfolios.
Biosecurity plans for the grains, rice, cotton and citrus industries are well underway and on track to be finalised and endorsed in 2023. So far this year, we've held 11 reference panel meetings involving industry stakeholders and technical experts for the avocado, berry, ginger, mango, mushroom, plantation forestry, production nursery, summer fruit, sweet potato, tropical fruit and viticulture industries. Reference panel meetings within active biosecurity planning projects meet annually to review their plans and update their implementation tables. Contracts for biosecurity planning for the sugarcane, tree nut, apple and pear industries have also been executed. Within our biosecurity programs, we've developed fact sheets on farm hygiene practices and exotic pests of concern for melon growers, which are available through the Melons Australia website. We've also developed feature articles on biosecurity issues facing the grains industry for the GRDC's ground cover publication.
Our Farm Biosecurity Program, a joint PHA-AHA initiative, is a national communications-focused project providing plant and livestock producers with practical information about on-farm biosecurity to prevent diseases, pests and weeds coming onto and leaving their properties. Under this program, we've produced a new 3-year communications strategy and implementation plan and presented it to the AHA-PHA boards, sponsored a Nuffield scholar in Queensland who is investigating what prevents people from reporting diseases, published 2 bi-monthly newsletters, and supported a plant producer nomination for the Australian Biosecurity Awards. The National Fruit Fly Council, convened through PHA, delivered an engagement and extension project to strengthen understanding of the Australian fruit fly system. Funded by Department of Ag, Fisheries and Forestry, the team delivered 15 industry and government webinars and 2 workshops exploring the potential trade and industry impacts if the current fruit fly distribution were to change. The National Forest Pest Surveillance Collaboration Agreement, which sees the Australian Forest Products Association, all states and territories and community groups partnering to improve biosecurity and forest health, has been signed. This collaborative post-border surveillance program will commence in 2023. Under the National Bee Pest Surveillance Program, we've developed 3 new apiary officer training videos and packaged them into a new online biosecurity training course. We've also developed a handy, quick reference field guide to improve the consistency of bee surveillance activities and to build apiary officer confidence in their early detection capability. Strategic Priority 3 seeks to leverage innovative technologies and jurisdictional sharing of knowledge to improve the identification, detection, analysis, and control of biosecurity threats. Emphasis is placed on bolstering scientific rigour and capability to ensure Australia can check for, diagnose and control high-priority plant pest biosecurity threats. Our National Manager for Risk and Resilience, Jessica Arnold, will provide a synopsis of the digital systems outputs to support this priority area.
Within the digital systems portfolio, we've updated the AusPestCheck permission structure to allow for greater control over access to data within programs and between different program participants. This refinement helps facilitate better data sharing by granting more flexibility and nuanced control over access. We've also developed and delivered training to a range of stakeholders around the new AusPestCheck permission structure and using Power BI for reporting. In August, we relaunched and redeveloped the Pest and Disease Image Library at the annual Diagnostic and Surveillance Workshop. In addition to the streamlined new look and contemporary design, the site boasts better search functionality and species comparison tools.
The Australian Plant Pest Database is approaching 300 users from 15 organisations. During the past 6 months, we've delivered in-person and online training to a number of these users.
PHA has also developed action plans for the National Plant Biosecurity Strategy and its sub-strategies on preparedness, surveillance and diagnostics. These plans outline key activities that contribute to the delivery of the actions in the strategies and will help identify gaps and opportunities for collaboration. We continue to seek out opportunities to ensure our national plant strategies and the actions and investments of our members are monitored, reported on, and align with the National Biosecurity Strategy. Our National Manager for Diagnostics, Lucy Tran Nguyen, will provide an overview of the scientific activities that enhances national diagnostics and surveillance systems.
The combined annual Diagnostics and Surveillance Workshop was held in Melbourne, with 45 abstracts received and 132 in-person registration, 69 virtual registrations and 7 additional workshops and positive attendee feedback. The event was a success. As a part of the Boosting Diagnostic Building Capacity for Plant Production Industries project, we also held a Pest Blitz Field Triage workshop in Adelaide. This workshop was attended by 20 participants with diagnostics and surveillance backgrounds from both government and industry. In addition, 5 national diagnostic protocols and 3 national surveillance protocols have been endorsed. These national protocols ensure consistent and accurate methodologies are used during incursions. These NDPs have been published on the Nipiton and the NSPs on the PSNAP websites in the new feature.
In addition to our 3 strategic priorities, we have 2 operational priorities with actions to manage the company effectively and support the changes needed to implement the new strategic plan and build the capacity and capability to deliver our strategic priorities. Within these operational priorities, we completed a pilot project investigating the use of the Bright Ideas software to monitor implementation against our strategic plan while demonstrating feasibility for potential broader applications. We also developed a contemporary corporate style guide to provide consistent standards for the production of marketing and communications material and the application of our brand assets to maintain a consistent, recognisable and professional identity. The Style Guide is supported by a full suite of easy-to-use templates for staff. In order to increase employee engagement rates, transparency of information and improve cross-functional collaboration, we developed an internal communications strategy and implementation plan and launched a company intranet as the key internal communications channel. Keep an eye out for our mid-year performance report early next year. This digital report, published on our website, marks the halfway point in our financial year and reflects our progress against the strategic priorities and actions identified in the annual operational plan, many of which have been presented today.